What is up, my friends? The weekend has officially started. You are very welcome along to Friday evening's Anfield Agenda news roundup. As always, I'm going to do my best to keep you up to date with the very latest news surrounding Liverpool Football Club. Today, we're going to be discussing Antoine Semenyo. We're going to give you Nick Voltemada's thoughts on Florian Wirtz, some discussions around Jurgen Klopp and a sort of return to football, and lots more. I will be back here tonight at 9 p.m. for the late night agenda, where I hope you can join me. Of course, we'll take you through everything that you need to know about the Reds. Just a reminder as well, there'll be no live content this weekend. Myself and Connor are taking the weekend to grab a bit of a mental break, but we will have content going out both days. So for now, let's get stuck into the news. And we're going to start off with a report from Christian Falken, CF Bayern, if you know him on X, that said Liverpool have Bayern Munich's Serge Gnabry in their sights for the summer on a potential free transfer. The winger's current wages of 17 to 19 million euro per year are regarded as a very large sum. And look, I don't blame them. That is a lot of money for Serge Gnabry, for a player that, let's be honest, we're kind of, not really sure about, on the fence. Free, yes, I can understand the appeal of a free transfer, but 17 to 19 million euro every year in wages, that's a lot of money for a player that I don't really have that much faith in. But do let me know what you're thinking in the comment section on this one. Serge Gnabry, yes or no? Going to move on to Bournemouth's general manager now, and he's been speaking about not just Antoine Semenyo, but how realistic it is for them as a club to have to sell players and bring in money. This is what he had to say about, Bournemouth's business and Antoine Semenyo. When a club like Real Madrid, Liverpool or Paris Saint-Germain come in and they're competing for the Champions League positions, who are we to say no? No, you can't go, you can't fulfill your dream. No, it wouldn't be like that for all clubs, because not everybody is Real Madrid, but there is an opportunity and everybody wins, right? I think that's what we're trying to find, this commonality where everybody can win. He was speaking there on the Business of Sport podcast, and look, it's refreshing to hear a CEO of a club like Bournemouth understand the lay of the land. They are always going to have to produce a conveyor belt of talent and supplement their own income with these big sales. We've seen Dean Huijsen, of course, leave Bournemouth, go to Real Madrid. Antoine Semenyo being linked, of course. Liverpool went in and we signed Milos Kerkez. They are a selling club, but they know what they are and they don't hide it. So I don't know how that sits with Bournemouth fans reading it, but for me, it's refreshing to see a sporting director speak so openly, or a general manager, speak so openly about their business. I'm going to speak now about a move for Julian Alvarez, but don't get excited. It isn't for the Reds. Of course, we would have welcomed Julian Alvarez with open arms to Anfield, but he wasn't available in the summer. Liverpool, of course, brought in Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike, but this piece from Facades, who, don't forget, have, an embassy on Bullshit Island, they've been saying Chelsea are preparing a blockbuster £132 million bid to sign Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid next summer. If he goes to Chelsea, look, they're going to get a very, very good player, and that will, only increase the quality that they have there at Stamford Bridge. Let me know if you think it's realistic. For me, I've always believed that if he does leave Atletico, it will be to go to Barcelona. But Barcelona have been linked with a crazy move for Harry Kane next summer, so who knows what's going to happen. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. I hope Chelsea don't get Julian Alvarez, because it really would concern me. He'd be a fantastic signing. Speaking of fantastic signings, Jurgen Klopp has agreed to do a little bit of punditry over the World Cup. So talking to Instagram, Jurgen Klopp has now officially confirmed that he will be returning to the football pitch, but as a pundit. He'll be a pundit for Magenta TV, associated with T-Mobile, for the upcoming World Cup in 2026, Mexico, Canada and the USA. It's going to be very interesting to hear Jurgen's thoughts as a pundit. I wonder how harsh he'll be. Will he go in on teams and managers, or do you think he'll be a little bit more enthusiastic and upbeat? Well, we'll find out in the summer, but let us know your thoughts on that. Jurgen Klopp going to be a pundit for the World Cup. Now, James Pearce of The Athletic has said that Liverpool's owners, Fenway Sports Group, have dropped out of talks to buy Spanish club Getafe, citing issues with the cost of the takeover, coupled with Spain's strict limitations on spending linked to club's limited revenue, ultimately making the move prohibitive. Again, this has been rumbling on for quite a while, hasn't it? Liverpool's owners looking at Getafe. Obviously, it would give them a base in Europe there, as well as in Madrid, which, is a very popular city that you can attract players into. But this one looks like it is off the table. It's a bit of a strange one, though, isn't it? Because when Michael Edwards came back to the club, we were all told that he was coming in to be FSG's guy to go into the multi-club model. And here we are, what, a year and a half down the line, and FSG still no closer to adding another club to their profile. I did mention at the start of the video we'd be talking about Nick Vultmade. He's been speaking about Florian Wirtz, and this is what he's had to say. For every player adjusting, it isn't easy, but he's doing very well. On paper, you might not see the goals, but if you compare his games, he's much more involved in play than I am. I've probably been in the right spot 2 or 3 times, received the ball and scored, but he's very active in games, gets lots of touches and makes good plays. Must be a weird one, this, for Newcastle fans, because of course they don't want Liverpool to succeed, but Nick Vultmade, of course, is over there with Germany at the minute, and like everybody else in the German camp, they're rallying behind Florian Wirtz. And look, it's good to see. We all want the very best for Florian Wirtz, and hopefully it clicks soon. Virgil van Dijk, this is really going to infuriate you, by the way, and I don't mean to bring up this again, but Time Sport today have said Virgil van Dijk's goal for Liverpool against Manchester City on Sunday, which would have tied the game at 1-1, should have stood, according to the Premier League's key match incidents panel. So you're not mad, I'm not mad. And once again, we've been shafted by the referees. Michael Oliver doing his best to screw Liverpool over every time he can. We've seen Howard Webb come on to defend his band of merry morons. And yet again, here we see the Premier League's key match panel saying that goal should have stood. And once again, Liverpool have been shafted. What can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. Just going to have to take it on the chin again. And the next time it happens, we'll be told once again, we're all tinfoil hat wearing merchants and there was nothing to see here. Even though you were right, I was right, they were wrong. We knew it, but hey, it's no good to us now, is it? Antoine Semenyo, let's talk about him for a moment. Manchester City are monitoring Bournemouth forward Antoine Semenyo ahead of a January transfer window move, which is really worrying because, of course, we're in that mix as well. He's been added to the shortlist as City look to strengthen in a bid to topple Arsenal off the top of the table. Liverpool, Spurs and Manchester United are also interested but may not have the funds to make a move in January. For us, I don't think it's going to be about funds, whether we make a move or not. I think it's just going to be about timing. If Liverpool have Antoine Semenyo on their list as a player for next summer, much like we've seen with Luis Diaz, if City come into the mix and try to sign him, then Liverpool will just try to make that move a little bit earlier. So do keep an eye on the Semenyo situation because it looks like it's getting very interesting and there could be some movement there in January. There were, of course, reports the other day from Indy Caleb to say he'd handed in a transfer request, or at least had told Bournemouth he wanted to leave in January. I don't believe that to be true. Right, and former Liverpool player Igor Bishan has said, I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool go on a great run of winning games and get back to challenging for the title. I don't think the title is within our grasp this season. 8 points at this particular moment feels a stretch too far for me, but again, I do love to hear positive things from former players looking at the team and thinking they are good enough, they will go on a run. And I just think that run is more likely to maybe come in the European Cup, and that's our best chance of silverware this season. So that is it for now, ladies and gents. A reminder, I'll be back tonight at 9 o'clock. Hope to see you then. If I don't, we won't be live again till Monday, so have a wonderful weekend. And again, you can expect a couple of videos over the next few days. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.